Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got live tournament action coming at you right now. This is it. This is the matchup tonight that is going to determine a winner of our Let It Ride tournament for the evening between Oneshot and FienDestiny. These guys have been battling it out this evening, taking out quite a few other players. And finally, here we are in the final matchup. This is game one of best of 5. And both of these guys master level players. Both of them rocking and ready and raring to go to try and take home, yes, that is correct, a $2 cash prize. Of course, there is a little difference. This $2 cash prize may be doubled every subsequent night after this. As long as they let it ride, they can double to 4, to 8, to 16, to 32, and all the way up to $64 before we force them to take their winnings and go have some fun. I can't afford too much more right now. But they will be able to double to 64, and that doesn't take too many nights in a row to get that done. So it can be tons of fun. Hopefully we'll see whoever wins this. I'd like to see them double their money. That will be tons of fun for us to see. I want to see them come back and play for it. They only have to play one match to double their money. Best of 5 with tomorrow night's winner. So that's kind of how that works. But it looks like we do have plenty of scouting going on and a wall-in going down here for Oneshot. Does have his barracks going down. And no spawning pool as of yet for Destiny. This is going to be interesting. We haven't seen a Terran vs. Zerg matchup in the finals yet of any of these tournaments. So I'm actually fairly excited for this. And there is a fast expand from Destiny. Not much going on right now. Of course, we are under 3 minutes, so most of that stuff takes just a moment longer to really start kicking off, as we all know. However, we are going straight for an orbital command right now. So that is interesting. And those orbital commands, they sure train fast. I can't remember if it's always been that way or if that's been a buff in one of the patches in the last year or so, but it seemed like they just took longer before. Maybe that's just me. And there's the spawning pool for Destiny. No gas yet, so kind of interesting. Looks like we might be going for probably some just straight up links for just a little while. We're droning up quite a bit. Let's take a look at what that's going to look like units tab wise. He is right on par with his opponent. Of course, we do have mules now, which offer quite a bit of economic advantage when it comes down to it. You can take a look here at the income tab. You'll see peaks up to 700. Usually it's right around 200 more. What it changes the average to. Of course, it dips back down, but definitely makes a big difference to have those mules in the mix. We did have FienDestiny taking this extractor. That is being taken out by double Marines. And we have a reactor going down on this barracks. And a factory going down as well. And it looks like an expansion. Yes, it is. Going to be another command center. Units tab showing we are both staying on top of harvester production, so pretty good from both players at this point. Oh, I love master versus master matches, and that is one of the nice things about this tournament as well that we've got going. It's a nightly tournament, so we're going to have the bracket playing out every single night, which will give us a lot more high-level matches towards the end of the evening. So every single night, instead of seeing just one maybe a day, we should see quite a few matches going between high-level players. And it's been that way for the past 2 nights, which this is the second night we've been doing it. So pretty good stuff. We do have a Roach Warren going down right now for Destiny as well. So on 1 gas at this point, he does have his metabolic speed boost. That is the Zergling speed pumping out right now. It looks like about a third of the way done. And a queen at both of his bases. And it looks like we are going straight for Hellions. There are 2 Hellions. This has been spotted, though, by this Zergling. So Oneshot is now playing with Hellions that have been scouted. Destiny is going to know what's coming. He is going to be preparing for that. Looks like he's tossing down a spine crawler, getting his queen set up in kind of a line here to try and block this choke. Not a bad idea. At least they'll be able to get off a couple shots if on Hellions should they choose to come by there. Tech Lab looks like we might be going for Blue Flame here. Oh, no, he is going straight for Siege Tank. And here comes 4 Hellions, going to see what they can find out. they are going to see far too many roaches. They can get the snipe on that creep tumor, which is not a bad idea. Anything you can do to stop that stuff is always helpful. Going to be sitting there outside of his opponent's base here for just a moment, it looks like. Taking his expansion as well. Wants to see if anything's going to be coming out of the base for Destiny. Destiny does have pretty solid defenses here for dealing with Hellions, especially when there's only 4, so definitely Destiny is going to be in pretty decent shape here. Not really going to be able to get these Hellions in the base to do much damage economically. Now, if he did have a medevac on the way, which he does, it's about to be popping out right now, perhaps he will send that over across the map and drop these Hellions in the back of the main here. There's not much defense here in the back of Destiny's main, so this would be a good spot to let those Hellions out, try and do some economic damage. Oh my goodness. Almost getting the snipe on 2 of those. Excuse me. Some not bad stuff there. We do have this tank though. Let's see if we've got siege tank on the way. Yes, we do. And more Marines coming out as well. Looks like he's just going to be mixing these Hellions into his army here for just a little while, which is not a bad idea. Got some SCVs out here to repair them. Look at that. They're queued to repair and go straight back to the mineral line. That's what we like to see. Good job there from Oneshot. And it looks like Destiny going to be going for his expansion here just momentarily. He did, however, get supply blocked. I did hear some Marine fire, so it looked like a scouting overlord probably went down. Those Marines just coming out. Let's see if one of them's got a kill. Yes, he does. So probably that was an overlord going down there. Supply blocking Destiny there for just a moment. These rocks are now done. It looks like he will be ready to expand here. But Oneshot moving out across the map, and you know what? Destiny has been not really working on his map control, but he did send these guys out in decent enough time and spotted this movement. And Oneshot going to be getting in position here with these siege tanks. Looks like he's going to be leapfrogging them forward here. Not a bad idea. And he does have this medevac. He can spot the high ground, so he can really camp these guys over here if he wanted, which is not a bad place to do that. Boom! Down goes one of them. A good scan up here. He does see the strength of this army and is continuing to bring units out across the map, so it looks like Oneshot going to be committing to an attack here in just a little while. Going to work with this siege tank on that extractor. And here comes the attack from Destiny. Ooh, both of those tanks going down fairly quickly. These roaches doing quite a bit of damage. We have more tanks coming. Yes, we do. There's one right there. Dipping back out here. Ooh, and stim being used there. Yikes, those Marines are now fairly soft. Here is another medevac. That's going to be super helpful. Get these guys healed up. Looks like we're going to be moving forward yet again with these siege tanks. He does have 3 of them now out in his main army here. More Marines coming out across the map as well. So Oneshot going to be committing to this 2-base play here for just a little while. It's not bad there. Oh my goodness, now Destiny losing his whole army there for just a little while. Does have quite a few infestors though. Oh my goodness! Is he going to get a fungal growth down on these guys, or does he not have fungal growth ready to go yet? No, he does not. Infested Terrans being used. Oh, look at that. Using it for the snipe on that tank. Very, very well played. We had seen him do that before. I love that play. That is really, really unique. Got to love that. And Oneshot doing a pretty good job keeping his force here in a forward position, keeping Destiny stuck in his bases, and keeping him from expanding. He looks like he's going to be moving out for an expansion right now, but he really did delay that quite a bit. These poor Marines getting caught out of position there for just a little moment. And it did cost them their lives. Here come the Zerglings. And Oneshot taking a lot of damage from his own tanks in those exchanges. That is not very much fun. Looks like he's going to be backing out here. Done with that exchange there for just a little while. I think he's tired of losing those tanks. Let's see what that looks like units lost wise. Destiny's still coming up slightly behind, but not by too much. And going to be moving out across the map now with a whole bunch of infestors. And some of these Zerglings trying to kick at the heels of these Marines. Doing a pretty decent job of it. Going to catch 2 of them, 3 of them it looks like. 4. Getting these tanks positioned up on the high ground. And it looks like now Destiny going to be counter-attacking. Zerglings. Oh no, he's moving all of his infestors back. So this is kind of interesting. Looks like he's going to focus on getting his economy back and rolling again. Let's take a look at what that looks like on the units tab. Wow, so Oneshot doing a great job staying on top of that economy. He's got 57 SCVs. FienDestiny was a little bit behind there, but he's catching up very, very quickly. He's droning up a lot right now. Let's see what other tech we've got. We do have Neural Parasite on the way as well. That could be pretty cool. Melee attack level 1. And that is it for now. We do have Fungal Growth ready to go. And look at this. Oneshot's got a planetary fortress here at this expansion. Putting a missile turret down. Getting prepared for just about everything. Baneling Nest on the way right now for Destiny. So this could be interesting to see what he's going to do. So I'm guessing Infestor, Baneling, Zergling play. That can be really good. This is a pretty nice unit mixture that he's got. And not bad for Oneshot either. Got this tank line set up in pretty decent shape here. Taking out these rocks as well. Looks like he might be placing his 4th base down. And we do have a 4th going down for Destiny as well. Both players going to be macroing up here for just a little while. But look at Oneshot, man. He has got nearly a maxed out army right now. So my goodness. I'm kind of expecting to see him move out across the map here pretty shortly. He's got +1/+1 on these Marines. No upgrades on the siege tanks, except for obviously siege mode. But he does have stim as well. Let's see if he's researching anything. I guess we can just check the tab there. There we go. We do have weapons level 2, armor level 2. There is the tank weapons right there. Vehicle weapons level 1. So he is staying almost strictly with Marine, tank, and medevac, it looks like at this point. Pretty interesting play. Looks like he's going to be leapfrogging forward here for just a little while. He's nearly got this army maxed out. More tanks on the way. This can be very, very difficult for Destiny to be dealing with. It'll come down to fungal growths and whether or not he can use some neural parasites on those tanks. That can be super useful for him. This is a humongous army for Oneshot. And Destiny going to be backing out, setting himself up defensively here on his ramp, I assume. And Oneshot will probably continue to leapfrog forward here, taking his time. He's being very methodical, trying to not get himself caught out of position, trying to keep good idea of what's going on with his opponent. Not bad play there. Uh-oh. We do have, oh my goodness. Look at this, coming right into the middle of the tank line. These tanks are going to have a lot of trouble. Oh, wow. Doing a lot of damage with those 2 infestors. So very, very well done there. Let's see what units lost looks like after that. Oneshot coming out just slightly behind after that. My goodness, that is really, really good play that FienDestiny has got there. Going to have to be getting out a Raven, I think. Would be super useful at this point. Maybe he'll just start building some missile turrets. Yes, he is. There's one right there at the front. Another thing he could do is just put down a, what do you call it? Let's see if I can find it. I can't think of it. Sensor tower. He could just put down a sensor tower like right here or something. Then it would let him know what's kind of coming his way. But he's got a maxed out army. He's allowing Destiny to max out his army as well. Broodlords, Infestors, Zerglings. Oh, wow. This is being scouted. Now Oneshot is going to have to free up some supply to get some other things if he wants. He's probably going to need to attack here in just a moment. Otherwise, Destiny is going to have a great unit mixture, I think, to brutalize this group of units that he's got here. What happened? He's missing all of his Marines all of a sudden. Here come the Broodlords. Going to be backing out here, it looks like. Oh man, now Destiny in just a fantastic position, brutalizing all these tanks. There's the GG. Wow. So somehow Oneshot getting caught out of position there. I'm trying to figure out what happened to his Marines, but they all disappeared. Very, very good game. That was game number 1. We'll be going to game number 2 here in just a minute. That will be Oneshot's map choice. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in just a moment. Don't alt-tab and always alt-StarCraft.